So out of the 100 mods I was playing with yesterday, this mod seemed to kind of break the game, and I tried uninstalling it, and it ended up breaking my save file, so I'm just going to start over today. The rest of the mods seemed like they were working out pretty well, and I did add some more factions to the game. Like, for example, today we're going to be starting next to this bunny person faction, and the idea with our start is we're going to start in the forest, but then we're going to eventually move over to this large hill tile, because there's going to be a lot more mountains and hills that we can tunnel into. Before we do that, though, we need a good miner. This bunny person faction is negative 54 with us, so we're just going to start next to them. It will lower relation with them starting so close to them, but being at negative 54, I don't think there's really any hope of us repairing relations with them. So far we got a kitchen set up, we got a butcher table set up, and Pandali is making Wings a bow. This building already is tile pre-built, and so will make for a good kitchen, as the cleanliness in here is clean, which is great. Cooking food in a dirty room will raise the chances of food poisoning. We also got a couple more structures to the northwest slightly. This one will be Wings' room, and DSP requires a very impressive bedroom because he's greedy. Being that he's a gourmand, Wings gets hungry quicker, and he is currently extremely hungry. Pandali ended up making him a good composite bow, which is pretty nice. With her 9 crafting, there was only a 38% chance it was good. There was a 46% chance it was normal. Wings is our hunter, and he's got decent shooting. He also has this ability, Disabling Shot, which can incapacitate targets, and then he can finish them off if he's quick enough. It can only be done every 45 seconds though, and armored targets are unaffected by it. It's a new day, and since we did the naked brutality start, no one has clothes, and so we're going to be hunting this Dinosaur. It's a giant bird, and it drops a ton of meat and leather, which we can use to make clothes. Now, I'm not sure if Disabling Shot will work on this thing, but if it does, that's really good. Yeah, it actually does. We can finish it off. Man, we just one-shot a huge bird, which would have taken so many arrows, I bet. So yeah, Wings' sniper skill is really nice. We'll Pandali butcher that up, and it should give us a ton of meat and leather. Yeah, we now have around 200 leather and tons of meat. We really don't need all this meat. It's going to spoil in 2 days, and we're not going to be able to eat all this meat in 2 days. Since Tevin's mainly just good at social and intellectual, there's not really a whole lot he can do around camp. So we're going to have him form a caravan and grab a ton of that meat. And we're going to head over towards this nearby village and trade it off. It's only going to take him 0.16 days to get there. We had Tevin check out 2 of these nearby settlements just to see if either of them had anything we wanted. The second one had a couple of slaves, but they were too expensive. At this first one though, they do have a couple things we want. I don't know why boots are so cheap. They're only $7. We'll buy all their boots. And then these tailored socks are only 92 cents. They give us a little bit of armor, and they also increase movement speed ever so slightly. And then these wool tribal wraps also increase global work speed by 5%, which is really nice. We'll pick those up for $6. Since we currently don't have any miners, I think it might be a good idea to buy some steel as well. Tevin can't carry that much steel, but he can carry 30, which is enough for a stonecutter's table. And holy cow, 2 of these dinos over here are fighting. This Utrianus is kind of destroying this Arthroplura. And then what the heck is this? An overgrown colossus? Thing's got trees on its back. When tamed, the overgrown colossus can be periodically trimmed to obtain wood. Whoa, that's really cool. Yeah, since these guys are fighting, I think we're going to send Wings over here, and we're going to try to get the scraps. The thing about the Utrianus is it does have 50% armor, whereas most animals don't, and so when it does win, like, it's going to beat this thing. I don't think Disabling Shot's going to do anything on it, and crap, it did win, and it ate some of this thing's body. Not much though. I thought it was going to eat the whole thing. It's only missing 28% of its body parts. This Utrianus is injured, and it actually is bleeding. It's going to die in 16 hours. Its movement is only 66%, and it's moving at 4.62, which I think Wings might be quicker. Wings moving at 4.7, so he's barely quicker. I'm going to do a test to see if Disabling Shot does work on this thing, just out of curiosity. Okay, it doesn't. Well, the more you know. We're going to use the ability Anti-Armor, which is more effective against armor targets. And that thing did not like that. But headshot. This thing's instant. Gonna hit. It did hit. It actually did damage too. It's now gonna bleed out in 13 hours. It's moving at 62% still. Can Wings outrun it though? And yeah, we tagged it again. The more we tag it, the slower it is gonna be. So yeah, I think we're outrunning it at this point. Oh, DSP, what are you doing, man? DSP's running. He's not having any of that. Oh, it's going for DSP? DSP is faster though. And okay, so this is actually kind of cool. It's unconscious and it's got a ton of injuries. I don't even know if we could potentially save it here. Pandali has 3 medicals, so we're going to let her try to save it. And each time she tends any of these wounds, there is a 1% chance that the dino will bond to her and it will join us. There's like, I want to say maybe 20 wounds here, maybe 25. So what is that, a 25% chance it will join us? I don't know if that's how percentages work. Pandali was unsuccessful at taming the Utrianus, so we're going to skin that for its meat and furs. And we're also going to take out this Diplodocus. I think Wings can disable it. And yeah, he was successful at that. It only had 15% armor, so I guess that wasn't enough armor to stop the disabling shot. And we'll have him finish it off. And yeah, he just one-shot a Diplodocus. I'm pretty sure this thing would take a lot of arrows, although it does move about the same speed as Wings, so he could have kited it and killed it eventually. And that would have got him some shooting skills, so it wasn't like super amazing that we were able to one-shot it. We could have definitely killed it even if we didn't do that. It would have just probably taken a while. But yeah, so after skinning the Eutrianus, we got a good amount of furs. We're now skinning that big insect that the Eutrianus was fighting earlier. And it looks like that's giving us insect meat, which we don't really want insect meat. Colonists do not like eating that in their meals. I think it gives them a moodlet debuff. But yeah, here's the Diplodocus. I'm pretty sure this thing has a lot of meat. Holy camole, that's a lot of meat. And that's a lot of leathers too. It looks like we're now quite rich. We're gonna have Tevin and DSP go on a trade mission, and we'll just have them both travel together with 1680 Diplodocus meat. We can actually carry all of it too. We'll grab all the Eutrianus meat we can carry too. We can actually carry all of it, but let's leave like 80 meat so we can cook that. And it's only gonna take 0.12 days to get there. All right, I made it to the village, and I don't think they have enough money for all of our meat. Yeah, they definitely don't. We're getting 21.96 for the meat. They can buy a good portion of the meat though, and we'll just sell them as much as they can buy, as silver is lighter and it won't slow us down as much. We're now moving at 44.7 tiles per day versus before I think we were moving at like 30. We'll now head over to Alboyocon, and I think they still have slaves there that we can buy. And yeah, they do have their 5 slaves here, although they won't buy our meat. This girl's pretty cool. She is 47, so she's kind of old, but she's a necromancer, which means that she should have extra skills. She does move a lot slower, but she's really comfortable in the cold. She gains immunity a lot quicker, so she's not going to die from infection. It's harder for her to have a mental breakdown, and she learns a lot quicker. I guess the mental break threshold does balance out with the fact that she is nervous, which increases her mental break threshold. The thing I also like about her though is she's good with animals. She has 9 animals and 10 in medical. We have no one that's good with animals or that's good at medical, and I would kind of like to test out the necromancer and see if that thing's any good. So we'll pick her up, and we could actually pick up, ooh, we could almost pick up Nelson. We're 3 off being able to pick up Nelson, who actually is not all that good, and neither is Selb, so we'll just only grab Fanny. Before heading all the way home, this village Trangoma has no money, but we don't really want to bring this meat all the way back home. We can buy a bunch of herbal medicine from them, and they actually have a longbow that we can buy, which has pretty good range, and then a great bow, maybe some cloth. We'll buy a bit more cloth and a bit less herbal medicine. We only need like probably 10. Cloth's pretty useful. We can make a martial arts target out of it, which I believe trains up melee and is a good source of recreation. And we can also make cloth bedrolls out of it, which we can use for caravans. When people rest on caravans, their comfort ends up dropping to 0, but they can take along these bedrolls, which are really light, and they can sleep on them, and it will help their comfort. Let's make a couple of those. And holy cow, Fanny has a lot of abilities. She has literally every ability that a necromancer could have, I think, except for the Lich Form ability, which I guess is the final ability. On the map, there's a lot of these Pegasuses, which are not pack animals, unfortunately, so they cannot carry any gear for us, but we can mount them. The minimum handling skill required to tame these, though, is 6, and Fanny does have 9 in animals, so she could tame them. And they do eat kibble. We should try to make some kibble out of the insect meat that we have, as we do have a ton of insect meat. Kibble requires meat and a veggie of some sort. These wild pawns apparently can be hunted for fungus. Those things actually have armor. We cannot one-shot it. Holy cow, it's armored to the teeth. It is 75% armor. Whoa. We finally tagged it. We tagged it 2 for 2. Well, kind of 2 for 2. Or like 2 for 6. Why does it make an elephant noise? Alright, we finally took it out. Now let's see how much fungus we get from harvesting it. This thing was pretty tanky, so I'm guessing we're gonna get a bunch. Oh yeah, that's a lot of fungus. We can make so much kibble out of that. With 20 fungus and 20 insect meat, we can make 50 kibble out of it. And Fanny is actually already taming these Pegasuses with some berries we chopped. And the first tame failed. 12% chance only to tame. Okay, so this is gonna be quite the long-term project. Fanny tamed a mare. Okay, that's awesome. I don't know how many attempts it took her, but I don't think it was that many because she's only done 1 round of taming and then it's been 1 day. So good job to Fanny. So here he is in all his glory, Pegasus Mare 1. In order to mount him, we do have to obedience train him though, which may be difficult because his wildness is 80%. We'll have Fanny focus on training him as well as these other Pegasuses. It would be nice to get a female so we could breed them. In the meantime, we're gonna have Wings take on another Diplodocus for a ton more meat and leather. Okay, that actually missed. Did it anger it? No, didn't anger it. So apparently there's a chance that it can get deflected. Maybe we'll have Wings just fight it. And it didn't even revenge. I think there's like only like a 10% chance that it will get angry. Yeah, it's actually gonna take forever. We hit it like twice and it's injured barely. Try to sailing shot again. There we go. Finish her off. Okay, that was much better. And what is this thing? A platybilodon. This is a pack animal. It's like an elephant. It can carry a lot. It only requires 5 handling skill. Okay, we should have Fanny try to tame that too. We could really use a pack animal that can carry a lot of goods. And there's a Gigantopithecus. These animals just wandered into because I've been paying attention to which animals have been on the map. This thing's a pack animal too. Although handling skill is 6. It's not bad though. We'll try to tame this thing too. We could pick up a giant ape that can carry our goods. Let's see, is Fanny going to be able to obedience train this Pegasus? It failed at a 33% rate, so that's actually not bad. 33% chance, and she's only got to do it 3 times. As with taming, there's a cooldown, and I think it's like half a day or so. And ooh, she's actually taming the ape. Can she tame this thing? That'd be pretty cool. There's like a 1% chance that it will retaliate if her taming does fail, which is not bad, obviously. Different animals have different retaliation chances. And tame failed at 16% chance, and I thought the animal was retaliating against us, but it was just an event that happened at the same time. The planet's celestial alignment is shifting, causing an ebb in mana. All creatures attuned with magical powers will slowly lose mana. Creatures may become physical ill if they have no mana remaining. Ooh, that's not good. What about this platybilodon? Can Fanny tame this thing? It's only got a 5 taming requirement. It shouldn't be as hard. I'm guessing like 25% chance maybe? Maybe like a 20%. 19%. Okay, yeah, it failed. All right, so we butchered the other Diplodocus, and we have a ton of Diplodocus meat that's just deteriorating. It's going to spoil in 1.7 days, so we need to get rid of it ASAP. We're going to have DSP and Tevin go out with as much Diplodocus meat as we can carry, and we're going to try to hit up Novus, who is -4 with us, but it says they're neutral, so we might still be able to trade with them. If we can't, there's a few colonies over here we can trade with, Dalobove and Whitebush. Oh, and we're getting raided by just 1 person, it looks like. Armadillo is actually really solid in melee, and he's a fast learner, so he learns it quicker. And she's physically adept, so she moves quicker, works harder, although she's not really good at working anything, really. She would be really good to bring on caravans, though, so we're going to have Wings try to knock her out, which hopefully he can hit this disabling shot, because if he can't, I don't think he can kite Armadillo. Dude's moving at 4.86, and Wings is actually moving at 4.8. Wings is actually pretty quick. The sharpshooter trait gives Wings plus 0.1 movement. I don't know if I've gone over the point system, but over time people get XP, and I think while Wings is fighting, he does get XP because he's a sniper. Some of the better abilities like sniper training require 2 points. That's going to give him a bit more accuracy, less aiming delay, and a bit more movement. And he's now at 4.85, whereas Armadillo is at 4.86. So if Wings can just hit a shot on Armadillo, he should be able to outrun him. Also, Armadillo does not have that good of armor, so we might be able to disable him and just capture him instantly without hurting him. So we're going to try to do that first, and it does have quite a long wind-up time. Can he get it off? Yeah, he got it off. Is it gonna hit? Oh, it hit. Okay, we gotta capture him. Did we capture him? Oh, we got him. That was sick. Armadillo has 21 resist and a recruitment difficulty of 61%. We just can't start recruiting her yet because Tevin's gone. So we just took a pretty fat loss. Tevin and DSP went all the way up to Novus, and they have some pretty nice slaves there, but Novus will not buy any of our meat. Neither will any of these guys. None of them buy raw meat. So we had no choice but to head back home as the Diplodocus meat was going to rot soon anyways. On the way though, we stopped at this colony which we had traded with earlier, and they did not have any money, and they don't really have anything we want. We're just going to buy a bunch of their pemmican, I guess. And this Arcalum actually looks pretty cool. Each kg of Arcalum worn increases the chance an ability cooldown is nullified after use by 1%. You can get up to a 50% chance that when you use an ability, that ability will instantly cooldown, which would be really good for like Wings, for example. We'll grab this shield belt as well. Apparently it's a really low tier shield belt. On the bright side though, we did end up taming the ape. 17% chance, and we got a pack animal now, which is awesome. Bambina, the Gigantopithecus, joined us, and I wish we had this thing before Tevin and DSP went out on their trade mission. And speaking of Tevin and DSP, they got back, and Tevin has an inspired recruitment, and if he just talks to Armadillo, she should join us. Yeah, she joined us, which is great because Wings and Pandalee are both in mental breakdown, and they have been for quite some time. We're gonna have Tevin try to calm down Pandalee first. There's a pretty good chance of this working because Tevin's social is so high. See by Pandalee's face, she's not happy. And yeah, okay, that worked. Pandalee is calmed down. Let's see if Tevin can calm down Wings now too. He's been psychotically wandering around for quite some time now. And yeah, okay. So it's like Fanny finally tamed the Pegasus mare, which by the way, she's trying to tame this Colossus. I think the chance is really low though that we'll be able to tame it. 6.8% chance. I mean, hey, that's not terrible. it seems like it would be doable over time. But she finally trained up this Pegasus, and she can mount it now just while she's walking around the map, and she moves so quickly. While she's taming these animals, it will also wait for her. And oh, she tamed this Platybelodon. 20% chance only. Hey, let's go. It's another pack animal, and this thing can carry a lot, as well as the ape. Since we now have 2 pack animals though, which can carry a lot of stuff, by the way. A person can carry 35 kg, whereas this thing can carry 158 kg, and the ape can carry 123. We bring those along, as well as we bring the Pegasus along with just Tevin. We can have Tevin mount the Pegasus, and he's moving, it was 20 tiles, now he's moving at 43. We're gonna grab all the sauropod leather. We have 955 of that, all this light magical leather, literally everything that we have pretty much. And with that, I think we'll end this episode. I'm gonna try to get out episodes more frequently rather than just doing like 1 a week. In the next episode, we'll be checking out Novus, and they should still have slaves there that we can buy. We'll be getting there in half a day, and by the way, it says we're moving at 89.8 tiles per day. Maybe it said the movement was slower earlier because it was about to be nighttime, and I think you move slower in the dark or something. Either way, we should get there sometime in the morning. That will be the start of next episode. If you guys are liking the RimWorld stuff, then drop a like on the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.